Hello, and welcome to this episode of The Diary of a Lawyer. And today I'm going to cover a mixture of topics, and one is the recent SEC cryptos regulation push, which is in relation to a court case regarding the crypto industry associated with the Security Exchange Commission. For just a brief context, the SEC is the Security Exchange Commission in the US that oversees, that regulates a number of financial associated industries, to say the least. However, in a ruling that could undercut attempts to regulate cryptocurrencies, a federal judge last Thursday said that the token of the crypto firm Ripple Labs is not a security when sold to retail investors. The Security Exchange Commission has been pushing to categorize 12 popular cryptocurrencies as securities, which include Ripple XRP. Now, that would make them subject to SEC oversight and could put US crypto exchanges in the category of unregistered securities brokers. However, a US District Judge, Analisa Torres, drew a distinction between sales to institutional investors and sales to retail buyers. Now, while XRP is not a security when individuals buy the token, it is a security when investment funds and other financial institutions do so, Torres ruled. The judge leaned on a legal standard called Howey test to determine whether a transaction qualifies as, quote, an investment contract, which would make the object of the sale a security. Now, the Howey test is spelled Howey, Howey, and her decision essentially boiled down to institutional investors having more knowledge about XRP's pricing than retail investors. She's quoted as saying that a reasonable investor situated in the position of the institutional buyers would have been aware of Ripple's marketing campaign and public statements connecting XRP's price to its own efforts. Now, on the other hand, individual investors are generally less sophisticated, she said, and should not be expected to have similar understandings and expectations, quote unquote. Crypto investors took the ruling as good news, as reported publicly, and the price of XRP shot up more than 65% after the announcement. The chair of the Regulatory Enforcement and Digital Assets at a private group is quoted as saying that in general, the ruling is a little bit better than the crypto industry had expected or even hoped for, adding that the exchanges like Coinbase are winners in the ruling, and that while Ripple may have lost the notion that its initial offerings to institutions were not securities, it's a positive for the company that a large chunk of its token sales were not. And the observer, the expert in the industry, goes on to say that that's a huge win for Ripple. Now, the SEC, which is the Security Exchange Commission, first charged Ripple and two of its executives over 2 years ago with conducting an unregistered securities offering by selling XRP tokens, and Torres ruling, Torres being the judge, cites SEC allegations that the company sold tokens valued at $7 to $8 million to institutional investors, $75 million to the general public, and 609 million to its own employees and individuals in exchange for services. Now, the SEC also alleges that Ripple executives Bradley Garlinghouse and Christian Larsen made 450 million on sales of their own personal stakes in XRP from 2013-2020. The CEO of the company said that they're thankful to everyone who helped them to get to the decision, and one that's for all crypto innovation in the US. A statement from the SEC praised the part of Tory's ruling that applies to institution sales of XRP. The statement says that they are pleased that the court found that XRP tokens were offered and sold by Ripple as investment contracts in violation of the securities laws in certain circumstances. A spokesman for the SEC said. Now, shortly after the ruling, the crypto exchange Coinbase re-enabled trading of XRP. Coinbase was sued last month by the SEC, which accused the company of operating as an unregistered securities exchange, broker, and clearing agency since 2019. And so there we are. We can see a creeping regulation of the industry, and not just the industry, but generally even social media, online giants in Europe and all over the world. And the judge appears to have taken a sort of a 50-50 approach, pleasing everyone, but whilst also maintaining a firm handle on the industry. It is no doubt this is a growing industry, but as we saw in the last several months, where there were issues and indictments in the industry in one of the major players, I think it's one that remains to be seen as an industry that has now become properly regulated, in spite of the opportunities it offers. And so there we shall leave it on this episode of the Diary of a Lawyer, and we shall speak again. Thank you for listening. Bye.